Hi, this is going to be a bit of an update video style thing. There's some new additions to my animal room, I work on some things, and there's also just some checkups on other things. I hope you enjoy, and let me know if there's anything else you want to see. So, the first thing I'm doing is making a new molt board. I started off by cutting a piece of foam to be 50cm by 50cm. I just use a kitchen knife for this. Then I used a heat gun to seal off the edges to stop debris getting anywhere. I used geotextile fabric and I cut it loosely to the shape of the foam. Then I ironed this, but I did that off camera just to make it sure it's perfectly flat. I then spent quite a while hand pushing staples in so the foam would stay connected to the fabric. So it's now the next day and I think it's time to move all the molts off the old board onto the new one. I think this tarantula is in pre-molt at the moment actually. I think that one, the Irmenia's in pre-molt, the Gigas is in pre-molt, and that one molted very recently, that molted very recently. The Acanthus cordia is doing what it wants to do, and that one molted fairly recently, so lots of new molts. I'm also going to do a quick update on the Nano Jungle Terrarium. There's been a few things with it, but most of it's been alright. Most of the plants have been thriving really well. There was quite a large mould outbreak. You can still see some of it on the branches, but the springtails have been cleaning it all up. And then in the Spider Shop package, I'm also having quite a few isopods, and once those colonies get a bit larger, I'm going to add them in. I'm really enjoying how it's growing. Also, yeah, if you haven't seen how I made that, check the video that I've put in the top right out now. So the roaches have finally arrived, but before I can move them into their new homes, I need to finish off drilling the new tubs for them, and also I need to clean out the other feeders because they're getting a bit dirty at the moment. So I'll do a jump once all of that's done. So for the new package, it's just feeders, 2 species of roaches. One of them is the red runner roaches, which I think I've already mentioned. Don't know if I've said the other species yet, and they're Madagascan hissers, so excited about them. The Madagascan hissers are there, that's nice. And I ordered. For the time being, this box will be big enough for these guys, but I will have to move them into something larger, I think, especially if I try breeding them. Again, if anyone knows anything about breeding these, let me know. I'd love to try it. Be careful with them. Oh, they're being so slippery. Oh, yeah, they're hissing, that one did. Well, I suppose it isn't then hissing roaches, I don't know what I expected. Yeah, I'll feed them all after this video. And also gonna attach a heat mat to the side of the boxes so that they have some extra heat, because I know that some of them really do like it. I'll just keep those in for the time being. I'll take them out next time I clean them, I guess, because I'm not individually sorting through all of these. That would be a very big hassle. Okay. And now I think it's the next thing that should be arriving will be the package from the spider shop. That's got some cool stuff as well that I've never tried keeping before. So I forgot to mention in the last clip that all the feeders are also fed on cat food, dry cat food that is. And it's also a few days later, so the package has arrived, and the Pseudoclamoris gigas tarantula has molted. Its molt's just in here for the time being. I'll need to pin that later. Like I just mentioned, the spider shop package is here. Now I've not got any tarantulas in it this time, but I've got 4 animals, well, sort of. I've got 3 isopod colonies and also some grubs in here which I'm planning on keeping and hatching out. And then there's also some other miscellaneous things that I just wanted for my little animal room. I've bought a heat cable because having lots of heat mats isn't very useful for me, so I've got this should help out. I'll put that there. Well, there's a heat pack on the side of this. That's good. Hopefully everyone's alright. They were shipped last night and they're here this morning, so really quick. Even more peanuts. So 1, yeah. I also bought some angled tweezers because I didn't have any. And then some grubs and some fruit pots. Here, these 3 are all isopods. So let's have a quick look. See some movement. Yep, once I can show it a bit better. Don't know how well you guys can see that, but there we go. Oh, I've just remembered. In case you're wondering, the feeders in there were all from Livefood UK. Again, really good if you're interested. The link will probably be in the description. This is just crystal isopods. They're pretty similar, but they've got less of the dark colouring. Containers for them, and in here we've got lots of orange isopods. I'm going to try to take them out. Close that off. And then, last but not least, in here, got fruit beetle grubs or Chinoda grubs. I'm thinking I'm going to hatch these into the beetles and try to feed them. Then breed them as the beetles and then feed those babies. Start a little colony. And that's all the animals. I need to, again like I did before, drill the boxes I'm going to move them into, and then I'll show me moving them into all of them once I've done all of that. It might be a little bit on the damp side, so I'm not going to water them straight away. In it there's sand, orchid bark, sphagnum moss, cocoa fibre, tiny little bit of compost. There are some leaves that have been sterilised. There's some vermiculite. So I'm going to put sphagnum moss on the surface just on one side to have a better moisture gradient. I'm slowly running out. I'll need to buy some more soon. Yeah, that should be enough. And the setup for all the 3 isopods is the same. They're all pretty similar species. Place a cork bark there. I'll lightly spread just the cork bark down. There we go. That should be more than enough. I've got lots of leaf litter which I collected and boiled just to sterilise it of any bacteria that might cause an issue. I'll probably end up over the next few days adding a little more leaf litter, but for the time being I'm not got a massive amount, so that should be enough. And then I'll repeat this for the other 2 tubs, and I'll cut once I've done that as well. Okay, so all 3 are set up and I've remembered their names finally. Here I've just got crystals. Here I've got dairy cows, I know it says that one there. But then these are powder oranges, I don't know how I forgot that. And as you can see, all the setup is pretty similar, apart from this one which has just got 3 cork barks because it's all I had left. Okay, so I'll start with the crystal isopods. This is a pretty new style of video for me, obviously. I don't usually do this, so please tell me what you think. Anything you like, anything you think I've forgotten to mention or should do differently. And like always, if you've got any questions, just ask me in the comments and I will make sure to respond. So that's all the crystal isopods done. If there's any ideas or content you guys want me to do at any point, just let me know and I'll consider it definitely. Both the dairy cow and crystal seem to be hiding a lot more than the powder oranges. I wonder why. I've never kept isopods before, so it's a first for me. And if anyone does keep isopods or knows a lot about them for any reason, and anything I've not done or think I should do, let me know. And actually that reminds me, for the isopods, what I am going to do, I've got a piece of cuttlefish bone and I'm just going to break it up into smaller pieces because I do know that they need more calcium than tarantulas do. That's good that I've just remembered that actually. So thinking now, that's about everything for this video. I can't think of anything I've missed. Lots of updates today. No, this video, it's not been one day for me. Thank you for watching today, and consider subscribing, I guess, and see you next time. Bye.